shed some light on the situation. How's that? Not bad. Alright, Sticks. That's what I've decided I'm going to call you. The way I see it in the golf world, you've got sticks and you've got hacks. Sticks are guys that can play. Guys that make good decisions, that understand course management, that know how to get the most out of their golf game. Hacks, on the other side, are basically swing in without a clue. They want to get better. They've got no plan. They don't think through shots. They're not trying to really use course management and the different tools at their disposal to get better. So if you're here, we're going to make you a stick if you're not a stick already. We're going to figure out how to make better decisions, how to look at the golf course, how to play your best golf. And to do that, we're going to use V1 Game, and we're going to talk through shots and course decisions and really see what types of things impact the way we play golf. Today, I got invited by a member of Dallas Athletic Club to come out there and play at on the Gold Course at DAC. So super excited. It's a private club. Don't get to play it very often, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So let's head to the course and play some golf. In typical fashion, I did not get the camera set up properly, but first hole was a par 5, playing a little over 500 yards, dogleg right, aiming at the bunker, pulled it a little bit, but good long drive, 299 yards, good shot at the green. So from there, I hit my driving iron to the front edge of the green and had an eagle putt. Here I am, front edge of the green, uphill. What you can't see is that pin location is right up on top of a bowl, on top of a crest, where if you miss left, it's going to go down where Teddy's walking. If it goes to the right, it kind of falls off that way too. So very important to get it started on the right line, get that pace right, because you certainly don't want to 3-putt that first hole when you got an eagle chance. Let's get the round started right. You can't birdie them all if you don't birdie the first. Looking good. Never really had a chance, but good lag, good feel for the speed, considering that was a long putt uphill for your first putt of the day. You want to give yourself hopefully that easy birdie. See a little breezy with that flag bouncing back and forth, but good stroke, good bird, great start. Next hole, didn't get the camera behind me so you can see the whole hole, but par 4, 400 yards, dogleg a little to the right again. I don't hit cuts, so I'm aiming over the trees, trying to cut the corner. And you'll see I did just that. Wintertime, not a lot of leaves on trees, bounded all the way through, another 300-yard drive into the fairway. Just a little wedge up here up the hill, pin's kind of back right. Got to make sure to get it back there. This one I was drooling over, actually hit a really good shot, but somehow it stayed on the upslope. Didn't have enough spin to come back, maybe just because it was in that little bit of rough there. But now I got a 12-footer way down the hill for birdie. Just trying to breathe on it. It'll get there. See, I barely hit that, and I still probably should have left the cover on my putter. No chance at stopping that thing. So, good stroke, and I've still got 8 feet left for my par. Not ideal. Last thing you want to do is give away that first hole birdie with a bogey. Low side. Didn't get it in. Tap in bogey. Disappointing. The good drive and a good wedge just ended on the wrong side of the hole on a course I don't know that well. Next hole is par 5. Again, I missed my tee shot, but right before I hit this shot, Ted tells me, you can't be left enough. I literally went as far left as you could go without hitting it out of bounds. So, again, not ideal. And that's kind of where I let him guide my subconscious. By telling me I needed to hit left, I really didn't aim at where I wanted to hit the ball and pulled it. Kind of a scared driver swing. Got lucky that it's in bounds, and now I get to fight with this bush. it wins round 1, but I took round 2. Using all of my weight to get in there even to be able to swing this thing. Just don't whiff it. Just get out of trouble. Trying to figure out where my club can go. Got to get steep with it. And I was able to advance it about 50 yards, but was still in trouble. I had to punch it out again. Hit that next one into the fairway off of a tree, but I've got a wedge. Again, this is a pitch and wedge in. Pin, back right. Trying to get up and down to save my par. Good swing. It's kind of hanging out on that right-hand side. And that thing rips back down this big slope of the green. I actually hit a really good shot that landed pin high. You'll see here in a second when I'm walking on the green. It was a good swing. I just, again, don't know the greens, and that thing ripped back off of a big slope. So I'm walking over to where my ball landed to repair that ball mark. And wait till you see where this thing ended up. So that landed 15 feet from the hole. I would have had 15 feet to save par. And instead, trust me, I'm not a big spinner of the golf ball, so I didn't rip this thing back 50 feet. That's just came off the slope. Greens are bent grass. This time of year, they are very quick, and left me with a tough putt where now I got to make sure I 2-putt just to save the bogey. This is where you want to make sure you do not compound mistakes. Get the pace right, take some stress off of it, and worst case, make bogey. I hit a bad tee shot. I probably deserved to make bogey after that tee shot, with as hard as I tried to hit it out of bounds. Got it up there pretty good, but still you got some of these little putts with that flag moving 3 feet. Put a good stroke on it. Confidence. You got this. Alright, bogey bogey. So from 1 under to 2 over, just like that. Next hole, par 3, 180-ish yards over the lake. Again, another hole, Jack Nicklaus course. He wants you to hit fades. I don't hit fades. So I'm aiming out more over the lake, over the right side of the green, and trusting that it's going to draw back towards the flag. And the line is good, but I caught that on the toe. So I actually drew it more than I wanted and didn't quite hit all of it, which means I'm on the front of the green with a very long putt to that back pin.
I'll be satisfied with that one.
See me all the way down the hill, off the screen even. So it's a pretty big hill to get up to that flag. Again, trying to get the pace right. This is only the 4th hole, so it's not like I've hit a ton of putts up to this point, and pace is critical. Try to get the wheels back on, make it an easy par. And it raced right by the hole. Actually kind of almost looked in. It was a good stroke, good line, but more pace than I would have liked. The good news is I got it up to the flatter part of the green. I got past the big hill. The bad news is I got 4 to 5 feet to save my par. Again, these types of putts are critical for momentum. You certainly don't want to give it away when you talk about, difficult par 3, ball striking wise. I got it on the green in 1. You just 2-putt, you're going to be happy. I'll take par on a 180-yard par 3 every time and just move on to the next hole. In this case, I've got to work for that 3. I've started lining up my ball with the line. Obviously, that takes a little bit more time from a pace of play standpoint, but it does give me feedback, and what I'm finding is that I actually tend to underread a lot of breaks with the line, and then I actually push it to get to the line that I want. By lining it up, now I can kind of get that feedback to make sure and figure out if I'm hitting the ball on the line that I read it. And in this case, I just hit it with too much pace. You're not even letting it break. You got another 4-footer coming back, and just like that, you've bogeyed the 4th hole. So, unfortunate, after that great start, 3 straight bogeys, I've only hit 1 bad shot. The tee shot on 3 was bad. Otherwise, good golf. Alright, another hole. Another fade Mr. Nicklaus wants. Otherwise, you've got to start that ball way out over the water to kind of draw it back, which is more or less my plan. Trust the draw. Hit it out there and let it come back. Actually caught this one a little toey too, so it drew more than I wanted, didn't go quite as far as I wanted, and really only cleared the water by a handful of yards. Not my best strike, but from a miss perspective, I missed in the correct side, the left side, which put me in the middle of the fairway with just a wedge in on this short par 4. So, tough tee shot, but once you're in the fairway, this is a scoring opportunity. The green is surrounded by water on really all 4 sides, but 3 sides specifically, so you got to make it sure it's a good shot here, but with just a wedge, no reason to be scared. Knock it just past the hole, suck it back a little bit. Again, I'm not a high spin player, but these greens are soft and receptive and slopey, so this is a really pretty hole. This pond right in front of the green, you've actually got waterfalls built up into the cliffs on multiple sides, so you hear that constant rushing of water. Just a really well done, pretty hole location. I don't even want to know what it costs to kind of build this thing with all of those waterfalls, but really pretty hole. And it adds some teeth. It's a short par 4, so making it almost an island green does add some teeth when you're hitting that wedge. If you hit a poor one, you're swimming. In this case, I knocked it all up to about a foot or 2 feet. It's a tap-in birdie, so I hate to take the suspense out of it, but tapped it in and got one back, so now I'm 5 holes in and I have not made a par, and I'm only 1 over, so yikes. I'll take the score, but let's try to make this a little easier. 6th hole, straight away par 4, 370 yards, wind going left to right. Another tee shot where I missed to the left of my target, well to the left of my target, into the trees. And had I known there was a lake over there, I might have been worried about that one. But as it stands, ball was just fine in the rough. But I've got a big tree in my way, and I'm a little over 100 yards out, but close enough to those trees that I can't just hit a wedge over them, so I've got to hit a punchy shot and try to get the distance right, bound it up onto the green. And I do exactly that. Roll it up, rolls just past the hole, towards the back, got a decent putt. So I got myself in trouble, I got out. I chose the smart play by going under the tree instead of over it. But another situation where I've got 30 plus feet as a putt, and got to make sure you get the pace right. Make it easier on yourself. This is a downhill slidey one. You can see how soft I hit that. And it just keeps trickling, trickling, trickling. Almost goes in, but finally 6 holes in, I have my first easy par.
Yeah, that's one where you're like, it's never
Which takes us to hole number 7, which is a downhill par 3, water short. Finally one where I don't necessarily have to hit a cut. So down the hill, I think it was playing like 180, but I was only hitting maybe a 8-iron because of the downhill downwind, and hit a beautiful shot, lands just short of the pin. Another birdie look, and I have myself just about 12 feet. And this is probably the
No, I hit my one.
other than the birdie I made on 5. This is probably the first easy putt that I've had. First putt inside 15 feet where I got a legit look at birdie. The other ones I've had to lag from 40 feet or whatever as my first putt, so. It does have some break to it. Started outside the hole, came back beautifully. Boom. 7 holes in, I am now even par with 1 par on the scorecard.
These greens are so true.
That is a crazy scorecard.
You got to be careful above the hole, but if you put a good stroke on it.
Next we get to hole 8, which is a short-ish par 4. The way the wind was going into us, there's no way that you're going to hit there in 1. I debated hitting a 3-wood here, but driver just felt like the play into the wind. I thought maybe I could take some of the bunkers out of play by hitting it a little further up there. And it didn't look like there was much trouble I could get into if I hit it too far. What I didn't plan on doing is hitting a heely cut that spun and went absolutely nowhere. So I chose driver and then hit it like a 3-wood. Still middle of the fairway, so good miss from that perspective, but that was not what I was trying to do when I chose driver off the tee. Nonetheless, still just a wedge. Looks like I got maybe a sand wedge or a lob wedge in my hand. Get it over those bunkers. There's a backstop, or at least it looks like there's a backstop behind the pin, so knock it long, spin it back. Use what the hole gives you. And in this case, I didn't hit it quite far as back as I wanted, so I didn't get as much spin back down the hill, but still left myself a shortish birdie putt inside 12 feet down the hill. You got to be a little defensive. And on that one, I second guessed my read. I had it lined up right with the line. Didn't feel right over the hole.
Shucks, I didn't want a par there.
But easy par.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, this one, par 4, down the hill with water short. Not a driver hole, so all I've got is a driving iron here. Here, you can see Ted there. Nice guy. Invited me out to play. We had a really good time. Weather was perfect. Was really nice of him to have me out there on his course. So I hit the driving iron. You can see my target was to the right, but I blocked it, trying to make sure that I didn't hit it through the fairway into the water. So I was successful there, but now I've got some trees in my way.
Depends on, your right behind.
Yeah, that was a chicken swing.
So Jack Nicklaus course, he wants you to hit cuts, he wants you to hit fades. I got a big tree in my way. This is going to have to be a slice. Rehearse that slice, rehearse cutting across the ball. You can see how far right that target is, but I've got to go around that tree that's right in front of me. If I don't, and you double cross it, you're going to be way over there left into those other trees across the water. This was executed beautifully. I mean, I had 30 to 40 yards of slice on that shot that was only 150 yards or so. Still didn't get it all the way back to the green, ended up in this collection area, and this was a difficult shot. I'm on a downslope to an upslope where you got to kind of bump it into the hill to take some pace off of it, or it's all downhill to the hole and it's just going to go racing by the hole. So I only got like a 1 foot area that I got to land this ball in, or it's going to be trouble. And I carried it a foot too far. Almost a perfect shot, but instead I've got 20 feet for my par. So far that I'm not even on the screen. It was this moment that I realized Ted's probably not inviting me back, because I'm getting breaks, I'm carving out a score, and probably getting more than I deserve. As you can tell, I stole one. Straight robbery on the 9th hole. Finished the front 9 at even par.